I'm researching the effect of high and low FODMAP diets on gastrointestinal symptoms and the ability to exercise. I have 3 research questions. The first one being, how does the FODMAP content of food affect gastrointestinal issues? The second one being, how does the FODMAP content of food affect the ability to exercise? And the third one being, how does the reaction to high and low FODMAP foods alter depending upon whether or not the subject has been diagnosed with a pre-existing condition? So for my methodology, I'm going to have 3 groups, one of which is going to be a control group. The groups will be of equal sample size, and that sample size will be determined by G-power. I'm going to allocate participants to a group depending upon their response to a survey assessing their current gastrointestinal status. The study is going to be a single-blinded crossover study. Participants are going to be required, they're going to be provided with a list of foods that they can eat and meal plans, and they're going to have to fill in a food diary. I'm going to have 4 time points for my data collection, and the data that I'm going to be collecting at each point will be the participants' food diary. I'm going to be taking blood from them so I can measure the intestinal fatty acid binding protein level. I'm going to take a survey that they would have completed about gastrointestinal symptoms, and a second survey that they would have completed about their ability to exercise. I have 3 research hypotheses. The first one is concerning participants with a history of gastrointestinal discomfort during exercise, but no pre-diagnosed condition, will experience improved symptoms and ability to exercise while on the low FODMAP diet compared with the high FODMAP diet. My second research hypothesis is that participants with a pre-diagnosed gastrointestinal condition will experience improved symptoms and ability to exercise whilst on the low FODMAP diet compared with the high FODMAP diet. And then finally, participants with no history of gastrointestinal symptoms, discomfort during exercise, and no pre-diagnosed condition will not notice any difference in gastrointestinal symptoms or the ability to exercise between the different diets. Finally, in order to analyse my data, I'm going to be using the null hypothesis that there is no statistically significant difference between the groups. My dependent variables are GI symptoms and inflammation and ability to exercise, and my independent variables are FODMAP content and pre-diagnosed condition. Participants are going to complete a food diary. I'm actually interested in the FODMAP intake, which will be determined via the Nutritics software, and I'll analyse that data in Excel. For the surveys that they're going to be completing, I anticipate collecting a combination of nominal, ordinal and interval level data. That data I'm going to collate in SPSS once I've coded it, and I'm going to be looking for comparisons of the symptoms and the exercise ability both between individuals and between groups. The analysis itself, I'm going to be looking for themes in what they've told me. I'm going to be doing frequency distributions and chi-squared. The bloods is going to provide me with ratio data, and for that I'm going to calculate the difference in the intestinal fatty acid binding proteins at the different time points, and also make comparisons in these levels between the different groups. I'll be using descriptive statistics mainly to assess central tendency and also dispersion. And then finally, I'm going to be conducting a one-tail t-test at a confidence level of 90%.